Right, we've given that 20 minutes. It's rested nicely. It's a lot less sticky than it was 20 minutes ago. Still sticky. This is a wet dough, so it's going to be sticky. But that's perfectly manageable. So, usual process. I'm going to corner into the middle, press it down. Similar, top right into the middle, press it down, rotate the bowl quarter turn, top right into the middle, press down, quarter turn, top right, press down. You can see, I don't know if you can see how soft and hydrated this dough is. 2, 3, that's what we want. 4, 5, 6. Possibly see while I'm doing this that there is a bit of resilience. You see coming in, you see where I do that and it springs back. Part of that's because it's stuck to my hand, but you can just see that is building its resilience nicely, even though this is just the first knead. So that's about 9 and 10. Not a requirement to do too much of this for this dough, because we're not expecting it to rise into a big loaf. It's going to sit in a tin, spread in the tin, and not rise to be a big big sort of sandwich loaf or anything like that. So it'll end up as quite a shallow piece of bread. So I don't need to build in a huge amount of resilience, and making it nice and soft is probably a much better result. And I'll talk a little bit about flavors and things like that when we get further on in the process. But that'll do me for my first knead. It will get less sticky over time, so it's probably just as well not to put too much work and effort into this first stage process. I think we'll find that this will gradually become more malleable as the process goes on. Good. So we're going to leave that for 20 minutes and come back and give it its second knead then. Here we go, 20 minutes later, and time for the second knead. So again, we pick up the dough, find it still quite sticky, and in that it's sticking to the bottom of the bowl, but actually getting far easier to handle, so less sticky from that point of view. So again, standard procedure. I'm going to give that 8 to 10 kneads. So that's about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't be afraid to really press down hard. 9, in fact you must. 10. Let me give it a couple more. 12. Dough's starting to become very nice and silky now. It's still slightly sticky on the surface, which is good, because that just shows that it's a well hydrated, quite a wet dough, which we want, because we want quite a nice soft dough for the end result. Good. Right, that's the second kneading. We'll be back in 20 minutes time for the third one. Right, the second knead has completed. We're going to give it the third knead. Worth just pointing out that as this process takes place over an hour, effectively, just over an hour, that's very often the length of time you'll see in recipes that say leave the bread to ferment after you've mixed it in a mixer. So it gives you an idea of how much slower this process is, and during all that time the fermentation of both the yeast and, crucially, the lactic acid bacteria is underway and developing flavour. So that's before we even start the formal fermentation process. There you go, simple third knead. Could certainly feel that the dough is becoming silkier. It's becoming stronger in terms of its gluten development. And I think this is going to be a very, very nice bread in the end. Okay, so final 20 minutes rest, wait. We'll give this its fourth and final knead. You can see that's now becoming very silky, very nice. So we'll just press that down and do the kneading process. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good firm presses into the middle. 5, 6, 7, 8. couple more to round it off nicely. That's it, that's fine. That will leave for between 6 and 8 hours, and then we will process that into a focaccia bread with all its flavourings and nice things.